Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Exciting times. It's back again. It's the GTMC. I can't say any rules. I can't remember. I've literally just sat down. I've literally just got into the lobby. I'll see if I can find something that resembles some rules. They use there's two races. There's 10 minutes of qualifying on the super soft tyres. There will be no tyre wear or fuel off. They've all okayed it, ready to do it. Qualifying, that is. So they're going to qualify for 10 minutes on the super softs. Then there'll be a sprint race in the Group 4 car for a 15-minute race, standing start with false check, and that'll be on the super soft tyres also, with the tyre wear at ×2 and fuel at ×3. Then we'll have a feature race in the Group 3 cars for 40 minutes with a rolling start, and they have to use super softs, softs and mediums. Two of those, either super softs, softs or mediums. I don't know. Tyre wears ×6, fuels ×5. That's it. They choose a manufacturer and they drive for that one car between the GT4. Sorry, it's not a great intro. I don't know. I'm just like I've literally sat down. I don't know what's going on. Skyjacker saying, good evening, sir. Mama Homesick saying, evening thingy, how are you? I'm good, thank you. And Bandit saying, let's go, boy. Good evening, Beamer boys. I've got stats as well, but I've got to get my head around the rules. Hang on. We've only done 5 seasons of this. I know they've got to use a Group 3 and a Group 4 car, but there's other things, I'm sure there is. Drivers will select a manufacturer to represent during championship. It's a free choice of manufacturer and will be first come first served basis. Only 2 cars will permit a driver, both Group 3 and Group 4 cars, of the chosen manufacturer. If a manufacturer offers more than one choice of either Group 3 or Group 4, at each round of the sprint race using the Group 4 car, the feature using the Group 3 car, there will be 10 rounds and 20 races in total. Teams may consist of 1 or 2 drivers, with reserve drivers being permitted. However, reserve drivers will only score points for the manufacturer they are representing and not the driver they are replacing. Both Group 4 and Group 3 cars will be used each week. Same manufacturer, car and livery must be used throughout the season. Only 2 drivers can drive for a manufacturer. No, I don't think that's everything. Qualifying. There will be 10-minute session using the Group 4 cars to determine the grid for the sprint race. This is a 15-minute race using the Group 4 cars and will begin with a standing start with false starts enabled. Feature race. After the sprint race, a random draw will take place. Oh yeah, I remember the Wheel of Death now. A random draw will take place in the random draw using a random number generator. This draw will decide the reverse grid order for the feature race and will apply for any positions above 4. For example, if 7 is drawn, finishes between 1 and 7 will be reversed. All of the cars will start in the order they finished. And there you go, I think that's everything. Homesick Alien is our reigning champion. He won last time out in the GTMC6 in the Nissan, and we've watched Skyjacker doing his outlap in his Nissan Group 4. Are we ready? Are we all up to where we need to be? In the chat, Pat saying, evening all, hello. Why hello, Pat? You're racing in this one, are you not? I think so. So let's have a look at the cars. We've got Skyjacker in the black and green monster. We are so used to seeing him in nowadays. Racer Brown in a Toyota Group 4, obviously. And it's looking nice. And Racer Brown, he'll be looking for a scalp here, I'm sure. We're at Lago Maggiore as well, I think. No, yeah. I'm not sure. Hang on. Here we go. I'll tell you where we are. Welcome. Race day. It's Lago Maggiore. And back to sport. He knows he loves it, really. And he is in a Ferrari. Homesick Alien in the second Nissan, the reigning champion. He's kept to the 77, hasn't taken the number 1 on. But yes, he's teammates with Skyjacker, both driving for the Nissan, trying to get mucho points for that manufacturer. Liam Anfield is in the Porsche. I believe he was in the Porsche last season as well. Came very close to the championship. Yes, it was a very tight fought thing all the way to the final round. And he'll be looking to come back in this, him and his Porsche, this league, and take it by the scruff of the neck, ring it until he's crowned champ. Guesty as well, he's in a Toyota. Racer Brown's buddy. Skyjack has set a time, and so has Racer Brown. Racer Brown going pole. Homesick Alien going second fastest. And Guesty's just about to cross the line, probably going to pole it because he's awesome. He stays fifth. Right, they're all crossing the line now, so we can start looking. So Racer Brown in the Toyota on pole so far with Homesick Alien reigning champion. He's come across a Matt Psycho though in front of him. He's even got to back off, and he's got a Liam. He's backing off. There you go, finding some space, and also Liam going through as well. Liam's going to find a Matt Psycho soon. Matt Psycho third fastest on their first runs. Skyjacker fourth in the Nissan. Guesty fifth fastest in the Toyota. Liam Anfield sixth fastest in the Porsche, with Jim seventh in his Ferrari. He's teammates with Matt Psycho. And that is a stunning looking Ferrari. I saw pictures of it earlier. He gave me a rundown of what parts to look out for between him and Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho, I think, has got yellow runners, and Jim's got the black ones, so you can check them out by that. And those other things we'll talk about as we go on. Eighth on the grid is Ensign Hewitt, and he is in the Honda NSX. A tricky car. Let's see how Ensign deals with it. Pat has gone for the Mercedes-Benz, giving us a flash. Hello, darling. And yeah, lovely. Red Bull sponsored Mercedes. How ironic. I like it. Rido, and I'm sure he's done it for the irony. Rido, he's gone with the McLaren again. He drove the McLaren last season. It's a lovely livery on that, Continental. And the Baz is out there as well, and he's riding a Porsche. Scoring points for Porsche with Liam Anfield, but I don't think they've teamed up. Jim also, he's gone faster. He's seventh. I think he stayed in seventh, but he's gone faster. He's only a 10th behind Skyjacker, who's slipped down to sixth now. Rido's posted a time of 9th fastest, 1.5 seconds behind Ensign Hewitt, and was 2 thousandths ahead of Pat, but now Pat has leapfrogged him up into 9th with his Merc. And Racer Brown again going faster on that lap, and Guesty finding a little bit more pace out of the Toyota, and managing to get himself up onto the front row. It's looking like it's good for the Toyotas here in Italy. Mama Homesick in the chat saying go Team Monster, and Daz saying hello, hi Bert, how's it going, man? So Guesty on the front row with Racer Brown, followed by Liam in the Porsche, and we've still got a couple of minutes to go. They can get over the line and get another lap after this, I believe, most of these runners. But Liam Anfield then third fastest with Homesick Alien fourth in the Nissan. Matt Psycho fifth in the Ferrari, ahead of Skyjacker sixth, Jim seventh. So the Nissan's in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment, and Jim very close to the time of Skyjacker, and he's very close to the time of Matt. It's very close with the times, isn't it? Racer Brown, he's going to cross the line and go faster again. No, he does not. Ooh, can Guesty come back at it? Coming around the hill. Matt Psycho goes second fastest so far. Liam also posting time, but Guesty as well. Oh no, Guesty just holds third, and Liam, he does go faster but stays fourth. But he's ahead of Homesick Alien, the two Nissans together on track and in the qualifying positions. Bazza goes faster again for 9th fastest. Him and Pat and Rito are just going to be swapping positions there, aren't they? Unless someone finds something special in their car. I mean, Racer Brown a 2:02 he's doing. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? The best he's getting out of his Porsche is a 2:04.4. Matt Psycho's gone in the pits. He's happy with that run. He's not going to get anything more out of there, he believes. So it's down to Guesty, really. He's on the chase for pole. Liam Anfield, he's pulled in over. It's done for him. Homesick Alien and Skyjacker still on a run. Looks like Homesick Alien giving Skyjacker a bit of a tow, and Homesick Alien showing purple. He's showing a bit of purple, cheeky little monkey. And yes, the timer is running out. Racer Brown is going to be the first to cross the line as he goes through a sector, also showing purple. My words. Sorry. Homesick's next after Liam on the track. Skyjacker after him. I've gone through the sector, so I'm not sure where Homesick Alien is standing at the moment, next to Racer Brown, who comes around the final corner to post. Oh, he doesn't get purple. All open then. Homesick Alien coming wide out of the final corner, rattling that Nissan, but he doesn't get it. Skyjacker does. Skyjacker beats his time, but he doesn't go any faster. Guesty doesn't go any faster. Liam, we saw, pulled over on that. Jim goes faster, stays in 7th, 4/10 behind. Oh God, Bazza's going across the line. He goes faster. He goes up to 8th, ahead of Ensign Ewer. Someone's crossing the line, Rito, I think. Rito going up to 10th behind Ensign, who's chasing down the Baz. He crosses the line. Can he find anything? He does, but he doesn't go any other positions higher. Who's out there now? Pat, where's the bum? Oh, Pat's made a mistake on his final run. And he's pushing up daisies at the moment. So it's Racer Brown for the first round of the GTMC Season 6. And Bandit in the chat, it's a mix of me, RB, Japan livery, and the Merc C1 special livery. Oh, there you go. I just thought it was irony. So Racer Brown on pole with it was Matt Psycho alongside him. Ferrari versus Toyota into the first corner. Ferrari on home ground. Guesty just behind with Liam the Porsche. Homesick and Skyjacker the Nissans alongside each other. And it's going to be a corker. Not good shots either way. And it's a go from here at Lago Maggiore for round 1. And the Ferrari absolutely pelts away. The Ferrari off of the blocks like a jumping jack. He is going for it. Racer Brown a little slidey into the first corner, but he's got it under control. And it's the two Nissans that have looked impressive alongside each other, 3rd and 4th. Beautiful stuff from the Nissans, but Guesty, who seemed to lose out a little bit there, is coming back stronger in the Toyota. And then they've got Jim making up a position off of the grid in 6th place. Someone's gone wide, it's Guesty, but he's back on the track. Then Liam Anfield dropping down considerably in the Porsche. Bazza fighting it out with Pat for 9th place as Rito and Ensign go toe to toe. And I believe that, Ensign's in the Honda, remember, and Rito in the McLaren. So it's Matt Psycho leading from Racer Brown. Racer Brown chasing him down. Skyjacker ahead of Homesick, who's ahead of Guesty. Guesty's got a lot of trouble behind, and so has Jim, because Liam Anfield is looking for a move up the inside of Jim. Jim standing firm, though. Oh, Liam's gone wide. My word. I don't think that was Jim. I think they did make contact in the corner, but I don't think, it was the next part of the corner. And I don't think the contact would have continued. Pat gets a position. from Liam after his... Oh my, Pat's had a moment and then Liam's gone into him. That's what I believe's happened. Let's have a quick look. It's early in the race though. Liam, this race is getting from worse to worse. And there we see Pat moving by. And I think Pat drops the Merc, does he? Doesn't look too bad. Oh, they both go out wide. It's nothing to do with Pat. I apologise. Pat was having his own problems. And Liam went off in sympathy, it seems. Come on, Liam, I believe in you. So Racer Brown's now in the lead. I apologise. With all that shenanigans down the grid, we missed the lead overtake, and Racer Brown now leads this race in the Toyota ahead of Matt Psycho. A 15-minute sprint, remember, so they're trying to get the job done. Skyjacker holding a third ahead of Homesick Alien, but he won't be for long if he's going wide, and I think that's all Homesick Alien needed to see. A little dust kick up from the Nissan, and no, he's not taken the bait, and Skyjacker holds that third, and Guesty is right in there on the Nissans. He wants a piece of the action here, and he is stuck right in there. He's just keeping his foot in. Gazoo Racing, he's gone for it. Look at him go. A tricky corner. Oh, the clouds look particularly good. I don't think I must have raced at this time of day at Laguna Lago Maggiore. I mean, I've never noticed the clouds before. The mist. So Guesty's got the move done on Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien is still hanging on around the outside. And Homesick, Guesty's got it though, I think, and Homesick Alien's still there though. But no, Guesty gets the job done, up into fourth. Jim doing a solid job there, sixth, keeping an eye on those Nissans, but he's got Rido doing very well in the McLaren, sitting right behind him in seventh, then the Baz in eighth, in the Porsche, Ensign Ewart 2 seconds adrift in that Honda, with Liam playing a comeback game in 7 seconds behind the pack in a 15-minute race. That's pretty tough. And Pat in 11th, 2 seconds behind Liam. What a shame for those two. Racer Brown, meanwhile, getting off to a great start in the Toyota, and Matt Psycho, he can't live with the pace of that Toyota, it seems. He is adjusting though, remember, coming back from a different series on GT7, so he's having to readjust his driving for sport. Sport's a bit of the easiest to drive, but that's what I've heard. I couldn't say, I don't know, but I've heard the handling of GT Sport is Simcady, as they always say. It's a Simcade, not a real sin. So Matt Psycho 1.4 seconds behind Racer Brown now. Skyjacker under duress from the Toyota of Guesty, and Guesty looking for a podium in this sprint race. We are nearly 5 minutes in and 10 minutes to go, and at the moment Guesty, he's already taken Homesick Alien's scalp and he's looking for a bit of Skyjacker. Jim's there just in case. Look at him, he's not far behind, he's in the hunt, is Jim. Skyjacker is in the podium position, and Guesty's going for the move. He's not waiting anymore, but he's found himself on the outside, and Skyjacker, Homesick Alien wants to get it back, and he does. Homesick Alien back up into fourth. Guesty, well, they say fortune favours the brave, but not this time, not for Guesty. He gave it a go, and now Jim is looking for a piece of action. He's saying, if you're giving them away, Guesty, then I'm all ears, and he's gone through, and that is Jim up into fifth place. Ferrari, great showing for Ferrari with second and fifth, the Nissans third and fourth, and the Toyotas now are first and sixth. This manufacturer is going to be tight. Rido in the lone McLaren doing a super job there in seventh place, and he's right there on the tail of the boys ahead. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's close out there. The Baz going for a move on Rido, but not quite getting the execution. He's going to go for a late break down here. He can't quite get up the inside of the McLaren. Now he's going to try down the start straight into the first corner. And no, he tucks in for a bit of a toe. as he heads towards that first corner. It's all very much fun until we start smashing into each other. Jim is all over Guesty. Jim's going for the inside on Guesty, and Guesty's race is just falling apart. I'm not trying to rub anything in, but I mean, he's there in 5th, but Jim is there. Well, I think that's Guesty getting it back, because Jim had already got the job done, didn't he? But now Guesty getting back ahead of Jim, and Jim's got to be careful how hard he fights, because now he's got Rido and the Baz zeroing in on him. Ensign Ewart 2.5 seconds behind these guys, and he is being caught by Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield at 204.7 last time around. He's getting purples, and Ensign Ewart, he might be caught by the end of this race. Racer Brown, meanwhile, 2.4 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, who is hanging that car out. He's hanging his Ferrari out in every corner, pushing as much as he can to catch a Racer Brown. Skyjacker in a solid 3rd, being chased by the reigning champion of last season, Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien looking is obviously... Now I remember, and I don't remember many things, but I do remember Skyjacker being very instrumental in helping Homesick Alien to the championship. So I don't know if there'll be no agreements yet, but still, let the fastest man win, that's what I say. At the moment the Nissan's a line astern, and Bandit saying, if you look at the car, we also dedicated something to our commentator. Oh, did you? I'll have a look in a minute. Jan saying, evening. Alright, maters. That's Jokers. He should have been racing, but at the last minute he could not. Homesick Alien is definitely lining up Skyjacker, it would seem. I don't know, with 6.5 minutes to go, that's a lot of pressure Skyjacker's having to endure from his teammate. But Homesick can't hang around though, because look, Guesty's back on scene, and Jim is thereabouts. Rido and Baz also there for company. It's very close. Ensign Ewart a little distant in his Honda, but I imagine he's having to do a lot of opposite locking as he makes his way around. Liam Anfield catching him up in the Porsche, and here we go with the Red Bull Merc. I'm looking, alright, I'm hanging about, I'm looking at it. Oh, peace and love! Peace and love! I like it! Oh, thanks guys. I didn't think anyone ever got to the peace and love part. I assumed at that point everyone had just stopped the stream. But thanks. Peace and love. Peace and love. Racer Brown then 5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. What lap times is he doing? Late 203s all the way in that Toyota. Matt Psycho... he's in the 204s, but it's the later end of the 204s, and at the moment that Toyota just seems to have the pace, with Skyjacker still fighting with Homesick Alien. They're in there. Well, Homesick Alien's managed a 204, and Skyjacker's best a 205, and Guesty is on scene with a 204.9, and this battle between these three. And Guesty unsure which way to go, I guess. He's got two blooming Nissans in his way. So coming out the final corner, it looks like the Toyota gets a lovely drive up the inside of Homesick Alien, or alongside Homesick Alien. The move's not been done yet, but Homesick Alien is getting a slight toe. And Guesty's gone real late. Oh, he's gone bonsai on those brakes. And he gets the car in the corner, and oh my god, Obladi Oblada, Guesty, that was something else, my friend. Jesus, where he was late on the brakes, unbelievably late on the brakes, really, ridiculously late on the brakes, and he beat both the Nissans. Cracking stuff. Now Homesick Alien out in amongst all that. Homesick Alien getting ahead of Skyjacker, so Homesick Alien is in the driving seat of the Nissan train now. And he's gone wide, which gives Skyjacker an opportunity to get up the inside. And again, the Nissans, they're doing this for publicity, and they're doing it on TV rights and stuff. Getting some great advertising, Monster is. I don't even drink the stuff. So Jim is in 6th place, 1.3 seconds behind the Nissan Showboating. It looks good though, boys. And Skyjacker, he's desperate to get back ahead of Homesick Alien. I can tell, look at him. Oh, there's a bit of bump drafting. They're trying to catch the Toyota up. Oh yeah, game on. Guesty is the hare, and the hounds are coming. Guesty, you got to run, bro. They're coming for you. So Racer Brown leading this, 6.2 seconds, getting fastest lap after fastest lap. No one can even hold a light to the boy Brown. He is on it. With Matt Psycho in second, best of the rest. With Guesty now rounding out that top 3 for Toyota. Great start to the manufacturers. If this is how it ends, we've still got just over 2.5 minutes of racing. And in the chat, Joker saying, Beamer boys, they are getting ready to attack next round. Can't wait. Joker saying, Guesty move of the race. I'm telling you, wasn't it? Jesus, it was brave. He must have had his heart in his mouth while he was doing that. Maybe his testicles as well. But geez, he was late on those brakes. I was on board, and when we went past the 100-meter marker, I thought, well, that's where I brake. Where are you braking? Homesick Alien in 4th. He seems to have dropped home to Skyjacker a little bit. So Homesick Alien getting a little breather in the race. He's done nothing but stare out the back of Skyjacker's car. Now he gets to have a little bit of breathing room as he tries to set up about Guesty. But Guesty, he's not being touched today, is he? He's going for it. He's on his way. He's slinging his hook. And Skyjacker in 5th, under pressure from Jim. Is this a tyre thing? Is the Nissan going through a bit of a cycle with tyres? I'm not sure. But Jim closing in his Ferrari. Jim looking for 5th place in this. The Toyotas, Nissans and the Ferraris, ones to look out for in this championship. McLarens and Porsches. Liam Anfield has caught up. Ensign Hewitt now. Liam probably feels he could have been in that top 5, but he went wide himself. We did look at the replay thinking that Pat had caught him up or something with his off, but no, I think Liam just followed Pat off in sympathy, it seems. But now Liam has caught up the Honda of Ensign Hewitt. He's got a 205. I mean, 205 seems to be the average out there. Some of them are getting 204s, some of them are getting ridiculously 203s, but there's only one of them getting 203s, it has to be said. Where are we? We've got 26 seconds left, sorry. We'll go back in a minute. We're just watching this little battle. I think they're going to cross the line and get another lap in, these pair. I'm not sure if Pat will, though. Look, they're not that. Barry Twins and Rido are not that far ahead as they go into the final lap with 4 seconds on the clock, and Liam Anfield going for the move up the inside of the Honda. He feels confident, does Liam, and oh, bloody buttons, and Liam gets the move done. We didn't see it because I pressed the wrong button. I thought I was on the 9 and I was on what, 6? Oh, and there's Pat finishing. We said Pat would finish this lap. So Racer Brown then leads them around by 8 seconds. Matt Psycho 3 seconds ahead of Guesty, who does go 204.2, but he doesn't get it in the 203s. Homesick Alien in 4th place. Now I'll tell you, he won his championship like that last season. He didn't take a huge amount of wins, I don't believe. I just think he was consistent where other people were having issues. Skyjacker then in 5th, Jim 6th. Great start to Jim's season. I think he's a pad user now. I'm not sure. I think the wheel got packed away, but I'll double check on that for you guys next time out. And but yeah, he's doing great. With Rido in 7th, Bazza in 8th, Liam in 9th, and Ensign Hewitt isn't letting Liam get away with it. He's coming back at him in the Honda. But at the moment, Liam seems, that's That's where it all happened for Liam last time. Maybe going through there a little easier, giving Ensenua an opportunity to get up his inside. But Liam seems to have it sorted out. And as we see the Toyota come around the final time to take a glorious win in a very long championship. Hey, Racer Brown, this one's going to be a hard one though, because Matt Psycho in second in the Ferrari. Superb stuff. And Guesty in the second Toyota. Take a boo, my son. Then we've got Homesick Skyjacker going for a last minute on the cross the line, but he doesn't get it, and it's Homesick fifth, fourth, fifth Skyjacker, Jim sixth, Rito seventh, Bazza in eighth, Liam gets ninth, and Ensenua gets 10th. Sorry if I didn't get you across the line, but you were all too close together. So Racer Brown takes the win. Superb. Wow, we're off. GTMC is back, baby. And there he is, showing off his beautiful trophy with a pole position, a fastest lap, and the victory. He ticked all the boxes. He flicked all the beans. So I'll take you to the race results. And there you can see Racer Brown takes the win in his Toyota 86, with Matt Psycho in second in the 458 Italia. Guesty rounds out the podium in the other Toyota. Homesick Alien and Skyjacker finishing fourth and fifth in the Nissan. And Jim in sixth for the Ferrari, with Rito bringing the McLaren home in seventh. The Bazza and Liam eighth and ninth for Porsche. And I imagine they would have wanted more out of this. But the Group 3 Porsche is going to be lit. Ensenua getting 10th in the Honda, and Pat in 11th with the Mercedes. And Pat and Liam having that early off made it almost impossible to get back into the race. Racer Brown got the fastest lap with a 203.440. Superb. That was delicious. I don't know if that's Racer Brown rubbing it in or not, because Matt Psycho led the first lap. So Racer Brown said, good first lap. Shame about all the other ones when you were behind me, is what he really means. He doesn't. He's a gentleman. I'm just stirring the pot. Matt Sykes in the chat saying, well done, RB. And Matt Psycho saying, I'll take second. Nice to be back in GTMC. Pat saying, fairly sure I hit someone on my return to the track. Not sure who, though. Well, I don't know. I saw the replay. It didn't look like it affected anyone anyway. And, the magic number happened, and it's P8. So the reverse grid will be from position 8, which was Bazza. So, yeah, I think Barry will be on pole. And then it'll be, give me a chuffing second, I can do this. Barry on pole, he finished behind, it wasn't Jim, was it? Yeah, it was Jim, right? Jim finished 7th, so Jim on second, and yeah, like that. I'm not doing it, I got bored. Not in any disrespectful way. I thought, why do you want to hear me trying to work it out? I could even just go to race results. I don't think that would have changed yet. So there you go. 8th, Barry Twins. Rito will be, sorry Rito, I forgot about you. Rito will be starting in 2nd, Jim 3rd, Skyjacker 4th, Homesick Alien 5th, Guesty 6th, Matt Psycho 7th, Racer Brown 8th on the grid, and then Liam misses out just and stays 9th, with Ensenua staying 10th, Pat staying in 11th. Right, these guys, we'll go to the track, we'll go trackside. We'll go trackside while I get my backside outside for a ride. Oh, we have a laugh. We have a laugh, don't we, eh? We have a laugh. So, no one's on track yet. I don't know who's going to go on track first. Who do we risk it? The clocks are ticking. I've got less than 10 minutes, so... Oh, it looks like you're just going to watch. Oh no, guess he's left the room. He's had enough. He's fallen out with the Toyota. He said, screw it. I'm going home. So I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to go and have a brief discussion with the end of a cigarette. All right. How we are doing? Here we are for GTMC round 1 at Lago Maggiore. I think. Keep checking. Yeah, Lago Maggiore GP. And we just had the sprint race in the Group 4s, and it was stunning. It was beautiful. It was delicious, and it was a great race. Skyjacker in the chat saying it was a tough one. That was a tough one. And yes, that's what she said. Right, have a look for things. Well, okay, interesting. So Pat sent me some stats. It's only between Homesick Alien Skyjackers. It'll drop down there. It's just a screenshot. Oh, I can't remember. Race finished. So yeah, he's given me stats of Homesick Skyjacker and the Racer Brown, and it's got so race finishers or races finished. Homesick Alien 187 races. I'm guessing this is just in GTMC, possibly. If I look at the stats spreadsheet, by wins, this is the top 3 since January. Oh, here we go. So these are just the top wins since January in the VRC. So Homesick Alien 187 races with Skyjacker on 155. That's not wins, just how many races they've actually competed in. Skyjacker with 155 races, and Racer Brown, part-timer, has only competed in 80 races this year. Racer Brown, how can you do it? So Pat saying those are the top 3 winning most drivers this year so far. Oh, there you go. And Pat says all races since January. And Skyjacker's asking if we're ready. I didn't get an opportunity in the first race because he was in such a rush. Pat, I was going to read out your stats as well, and then you went and did that. Liam will be coming back for blood in this race. So, all right, Homesick 187 races, Skyjacker 155 races, Racer Brown 80 races. So, pole positions since January: Homesick Alien 7, Skyjacker with 13, and Racer Brown with 17. And wins then: Homesick Alien 37 wins since January, Skyjacker 34, and Racer Brown 33. But the ratio for Racer Brown, 41.3% win ratio. That's nearly half the races he's in, he wins. It's scary. So it's a rolling start. The grid has been reversed from 7th place. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit of windy pops. And Baz, so that puts Bazza on pole. He's gone for soft tyres. Rido's gone for super soft tyres. Jim's gone for the soft tyres. Skyjacker has gone for softs. Homesick Alien's gone for softs. Guesty softs. Matt Psycho softs. Super softs for Racer Brown. Liam Manfield on the super softs. Ensign on the mediums. And Pat also on the softs. Now, it's interesting about the tyres because they raced on Tuesday. And even though GT Sport hasn't had any updates, there's some strange stuff was happening where the super softs were lasting and they weren't so crappy as they used to be, not so oversteery. The guys were saying they preferred the super softs to the softs. So Arido on those super softs up against the Baz, he might be in for a good shout, but it's all about strategy as well. Those on the softs, I imagine. Try and take, big wiggle there from Skyjacker. Someone having a bit of an off there. I can't say because we're miles away. Here we go. Could have been Guesty in his Toyota. And Matt Psycho going in for the kill. Early doors. But he can't quite get up alongside the Toyota. No, though. He's alongside now, though. Matt Psycho. No, I think that's it. I think Toyota stands ground from Matt Psycho in 7th. There we've got Liam Anfield on the super softs. He wants a move. No, it wasn't him. It was Matt making a move, trying to make a move on Toyota. And there's the other Toyota of Racer Brown at the back of that queue. Pat in 10th in the Merc. ahead of Ensign in the Honda, but Bazza doing a good job in the Porsche 911 so far, out in the lead, 1.3 seconds on Rido. So the Super Softs are not doing much for Rido at the moment. And Homesick Alien up into third, but look at the train we've got here, the Nissans and the Ferrari. Unbelievable stuff. It's not far behind them. Then we've got Guesty, the other Ferrari. What a tight little compact pack of cars we've got here. And it must be quite difficult for them to overtake. Hey! Jim's gone. Jim's back end. I saw it stepping away. And he's doing a good job to save it. He's driving it around the outside. But he's lost a hell of a lot of the positions doing so. And Homesick Alien then into third with Skyjacker now moving up into fourth. Guesty in fifth. With Matt Psycho still having a look at Guesty. And can Matt Psycho pull a move? He's up the inside of Guesty, but Guesty now has the inside line. And Liam Anfield trying to get on the back of Guesty to get through, and he does. He gets a sneaky one. Liam Anfield sneaking one past the Ferrari, getting right up behind Guesty, and now Liam Anfield on the move. Look, he's trying to get on Guesty's level as well. And Guesty gives him a little car door. Well, he wasn't. He was getting off the curb, but Liam's there, so he got a knock. So Liam Anfield, though, up the inside, slicing through the pack. Beautiful stuff in his Porsche, whilst the other Porsche leads the race. And they could do with some points after that dismal sprint race from the pair of them. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but I was expecting more from the Porsches. I think the Carrera, though, the Group 4 Porsche, is a bit of a tough bugger to drive. So the Baz is out there in the lead ahead of Rido, who's now pulled in a little bit of time on Barry. He's less than a second with Homesick Alien pushing on behind him. And Skyjacker again fighting with his teammate as Guesty, oh, 3 wide through the flying hairpin. And my God, I'm doing terrible with my buttons. So Guesty comes out better off, and Liam in sixth. Racer Brown's got ahead of, oh, Matt Psycho's had it on a free fall, and he's racing hard, but he's losing positions from his racing for some reason. That's not what he wants to do. Then we've got Pat in the AMG Merc. The front end of that looks painted on. I don't know. It just when I first got to it, it just looked like the grille looked painted. It's not. You can see it. Ensign Hewitt 2.6 seconds behind the Pat, and Jim having to drive a recovery drive now from here in 11th. The Baz 1.5. Skyjacker's got through. Skyjacker's got through. They've broken down Rido's wall of defence. Homesick hasn't quite yet, and it must have been Homesick getting into a fight with Rido that's given Skyjacker the opportunity to move up into second place. Rido pushing on in that McLaren. It's feisty, is the McLaren. It's racy. And Homesick Alien having to have a look up the inside, coming down. He's got the position gone now, up into third. Rido slipping to fourth, and Guesty's right on him as well. And Guesty doesn't want to hang around. He doesn't want to let Rido get comfortable, get back into a rhythm. He's obviously been put off his rhythm with the Nissans, fighting the Nissans. Oh, he's wide. Guesty nearly followed him, but he pulled it back from the brink, and Rido on in front of Guesty, and it's a big one. Oh my word, Rido going around. He came back on the track a little bit too fast, I believe, in front of Guesty there. Let's have a look. It was nearly fatal. Guesty just avoiding that one, and Rido goes there. Yeah, I don't think there was anything Rido could do with that. He was just a passenger, and that's unfortunate for Guesty as he gets himself back on the track again. So Bazo leads from Skyjacker, but it's only 3/10 now. Homesick Alien in third. Racer Brown is up into fourth with Liam Anfield now fifth. Matt Psycho up to sixth, and Guesty slipping down to seventh place there with Pat now up into eighth. Rido getting going again in ninth. 10th for Jim. And Ensign Hewitt has slipped down into 11th, not getting on with the Honda. But he's on the medium tyres, remember. He's getting the medium tyres out of the way. And if the other guys use the medium tyres, I say if, I think it is compulsory. So he's going to be golden. He's going to be okay. You've got to trust. And now, what can Bazza do? He's got 2 Nissans looking very intently at his spoiler. He's got to try and keep them at bay. Oh, but going wide there is not going to do the job at all. He's done all right, though. Must be a bit faster going out wide there. And Skyjacker and Homesick Alien, they look lovely, those Nissans together. And Bazza again looked like he was going wide, but he's all right. He's keeping it together at the moment in the Porsche. And Racer Brown will be loving this. If Bazza can hold them up, if he can slow the Nissans down somewhat, then Racer Brown can get in there and mix it up as well, as would Liam like to. And the Baz is under immense pressure here. And the two Nissans are absolutely ploughing through this track. And Bazza, the Nissan's doing a bump draft, and Racer Brown opting to take the Nissan route of tow, and they've all done the Baz. And the Baz is hanging around the outside of Racer Brown. But yeah, Baz, they all did you on the tow, bro. They all opted for Skyjacker's tow and bumped him past you. So Skyjacker now leads this race with Homesick Alien, the reigning champion, in second. We've got Racer Brown in third, championship leader, I guess, at the moment, with the Baz in fourth, with Liam Anfield fifth, just ahead of Matt Psycho in sixth. Guesty in seventh. Then we've got Pat in eighth, Jim in ninth. He's got himself ahead of Rido. And I don't know if Rido's tyres starting to give him a bit of hassle out there. And Ensign Ewer is catching up with Rido as well. I think Rido is really struggling with those tyres. The rear tyres might be going away from him. It does look like the back end of that McLaren is being a little bit finicky. Skyjack has just kicked up a bit of dust, and that gives Homesick Alien a clear chance of going up into the lead of this race. It's a long way to go yet. We're only 8 minutes in to a 40-minute race. Let's not get excited. But Homesick Alien is leading from Skyjacker. The Nissans look strong in the Group 3s, but there is the Toyota of Racer Brown. And the Liam Anfield in fourth in his Porsche. Bazza down into fifth now. Guesty next down the road trying to attack the Porsche of Barry. Then we've got Matt Psycho in seventh. Wasn't he just racing someone, Matt Psycho? Where's someone gone? I thought Matt, it was Guesty maybe. And Rido has gone into the pits to change those tyres. It is a short pit stop though. You can get away with it, I think. You can get away with multiple pit stops here. It's a very short pit lane. So Homesick Alien leads 6/10 from Skyjacker, and Skyjacker is going to have to build a wall of China at the back of his Nissan, because he's got to keep that Toyota behind no matter what. Doing a superb job on board the Toyota of Racer Brown. And these Group 3 beasts, they really are monstrous. And there we go, the Toyota already having a look up the inside of the Nissan. It's front wheel to rear wheel, but the Toyota drops back in behind Skyjacker now. Toyota just under half a tank of fuel, and we've got nearly 10 minutes on the clock. Ooh, so it could, some of these could wind it to a one-stopper, but he is on the wrong side of the halfway mark, and we are not quite at 10 minutes yet. It's going for a move up the inside, but the way this corner works, if you just stay with them, you can be on the inside for the next part. And Liam Anfield does it again. He did it to Matt Psycho earlier, and he's trying to do it to Racer Brown with success. And Liam Anfield again with the sneaky move, staying with the car. And now he's going for a move on Skyjacker. Unbelievable stuff. Liam Anfield is absolutely throwing some shapes out there, and he is banging them. But Skyjacker's still there in second, though. Him and Liam side by side. And Liam Anfield, though, up the inside, and that's it. Liam Anfield's up, and Racer Brown's going for a move on Skyjacker. And Skyjacker losing out on 2 spots there. That's how close this fighting is here. And now it's Homesick Alien who's going to have to deal with the pain of the Porsche and the Toyota. They're coming at him with intent. The fuel pretty much similar to what Liam's was on Homesick. He's just under the halfway mark on the fuel tank, and so is Liam Anfield. Racer Brown. Ooh, Racer Brown's closer to the quarter. That Toyota thirsty, and Liam doesn't know who to defend. He's trying to defend the Toyota, and then no, Skyjacker's back end gave up on him. Oh, beautiful spin though. Beautiful turn on the grass. But yes, Skyjacker's back end from nowhere. That must have caught him out because it looked solid. His move on Liam looked great. But the Nissan just decided to give up on the outside. It might have been the marbles. We'll blame the marbles. So now Homesick Alien getting all this attention from Racer Brown. And I don't even think Racer Brown's wife gets this much attention that Homesick Alien's getting right now. And Homesick Alien doesn't feel flattered, I'm sure. Liam Anfield goes into the pits. He saw what happened to Skyjacker. He's like, not me, son. And Guesty then goes up into third. The Baz now in fourth. And Skyjacker bringing it round. Now, I don't think it was tyres. He's not taking it into the pits. So Skyjacker must have got on the marbles. A bit of curb, a bit of marbles. Jim then goes up to sixth with Pat in seventh. And Liam Anfield, this is a strange strategy for him. He's filling up. He's going to go for a little dash at the end. 20-minute run in the middle. So I think that's what most of them are going to do, is try and go for 20 minutes, then pit, and then go 20 minutes on the medium tyre. If it's a tyre they have to use. I mean, we saw someone at the back here. Liam's out behind Ensign Ewer. It was Ensign Ewer went for a medium set of tyres. And Matt Psycho, has Matt Psycho pitted? Yeah, Matt Psycho pitted on lap 5. He's gone on to the soft tyre now. And he's chasing down Pat, who's on a pretty old set of softs. Jim there in sixth. He's looked after his tyres quite nicely. His fuel's down to a quarter though. Skyjacker, his front tyres are looking rather abused. And he's just above the quarter mark. The Baz, he's underneath the quarter mark in his Porsche, but his tyres are looking okay. Guesty as well, his tyres are fine in the Toyota, but his fuel is starting to drop. Homesick Alien still on a quarter of a tank of fuel, but the Nissan does use its tyres. It is eating the tyres up. And those Toyotas, they look after the tyres, but the fuel, man, the fuel is not getting them halfway. They're going to have to two-stop in this race, no matter what. And, well, the Nissans are a bit thirsty as well, really. But what they used to be able to do in one stop, it looks like this championship is going to be two-stoppery. Someone just popped into the pits. Was it Homesick Alien then? Homesick Alien feeling those tyres. Can't compete with the Toyotas. And he brings it in just before 14 minutes into the race. 26 minutes left to go. And the two Toyotas reign supreme out in front with Barry a close third place. Skyjacker stayed out on his old tyres. And Pat now up into fifth place, staying the course in the Mercedes, doing a superb job. Then we have Matt Psycho. He's pitted, he's put fresh boots on, and he's going to be fighty. He's in sixth, he's grabbed position, hasn't he? And so ahead of Liam, pitting that lap earlier, giving the undercut, I guess. And now he's ended up ahead of Liam, and Liam chasing him down. Homesick Alien's come out behind the both of them. So it really is a massive undercut here. You've really got to get in early, or don't get in at all. Jim in the pits. We've lost someone. Redo's gone. Oh no. We've lost the McLaren. First DNF of the season in the feature race. Redo, he's out. Racer Brown then. Fuel's flashing. Waste of tyres really, innit? Barely used that rubber. And Guesty, he used his rubber. Baz, he's flashing as well, so that none of them can go further than 15 minutes. And Skyjacker, he can. He's going one stop, isn't he? Skyjacker, I reckon he turned his engine down after he had an accident. And that Psycho then in fifth, still. Oh, he's just got ahead of Pat, sorry. He must have just moved ahead of Pat, where Pat's on fumes, making his way to the pits. And Liam Anfield's chasing down Matt Psycho. Pat will be out the way when they come to the pits, so Liam might be a little impatient and get by him before that, right there. And now we see them all rushing into the pits, except for Skyjacker. I believe he's going to try and go to 20 minutes. But we shall see. And is that the right one to do? No, he comes in also. Not messing around. And Matt Psycho, who pitted a couple of laps ago, stays out to take the lead of the race with Liam Anfield in second spot. Liam Anfield just getting the fastest lap of the race, and that puts Homesick Alien up into third. And this is what I was saying, it's the undercut. Racer Brown comes out in fourth on the racing soft tyre, with Guesty in fifth on the super soft tyre. And I believe they're all going to have to pit again. Of Baz, whereas I thought Skyjacker was going to try and cut out that pit stop and avoid that undercut situation. And now we see Ensign is in as well as Pat and Jim. He pitted the lap before. He stays behind Pat. I'm surprised. And Ensign getting out as well ahead as Jim. What's happened to Jim? Nothing on there that says his pit stop probably was a bit slow. Yeah, 2:48, where Ensign's was only a 2:35, 2:34. Yeah, his pit stop seemed to be a bit like 10 seconds too long, it seems. Oh my God, Liam Anfield going for the lead on Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho fighting back, nearly losing the back end of the Ferrari, but stays course. And Matt Psycho still leads this race from Liam Anfield, and Liam Anfield really is putting on the pressure, and Homesick Alien only 2 seconds down the road will be upon them as they slow each other down in the racing. And Liam again up the inside, the Ferrari sliding in the corner, and that gave Liam Anfield the situation. Sliding again in the Ferrari. Matt Psycho just drifting the Ferrari through these corners. He's got to be careful of that, as Homesick Alien is only just behind him and will be catching him pretty soon. And Matt Psycho chasing down Liam Anfield for the lead, with Homesick Alien in third. Racer Brown fourth, some 6 seconds behind Homesick Alien. That's how much they lose staying out on the older tyres. And 5 seconds further down the road is Guesty, with Barry Twins 2.8 seconds behind him. Great points for Porsche there, first and sixth. And it's pretty mixed in the top five, just 2 Toyotas, a Nissan, a Ferrari and a Porsche. Then in sixth, Porsche, with the other Nissan in seventh. Staying out that long. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was going to do a one-stop, and then he's pitted, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make that last for the rest of the race. I'm going to have to take the jumper off because it's wham. Hang on. If only there was a webcam, because I did that all seductively. I was sucking on my little finger. Read in the chat then, let's have a look. Gosh. And Bandit saying great defending from Barry. He was doing well. And Skyjack said no, there is no mandatory compound. Doofus. Well, you know, you change the rules mid-season, but you have different rules for different race championships. It's confusing for me. So Liam Anfield then pulling away from Homesick's got past Matt Psycho. So Matt Psycho at the moment, him and his Ferrari not quite agreeing with each other. He did a 58.2. We saw him sliding through the corners. Fuel getting a bit low on that car. Maybe it's getting a little too light for its speed torque ratio, and now he's finding it's drifting a little in the corners. Homesick Alien then defending his championship. He's defending it well. What did he get? A third in the first race? Or second, was it? Racer Brown, Homesick, and then Guesty or something? I don't recall. But Homesick Alien second, chasing down Liam. Them two were rivals last season. Matt Psycho. And you got to remember that I think, I don't know if it's in the corners the Ferrari loses, but there is somewhere where the Ferrari loses, but there'll be tracks where that Ferrari is supreme. He is loving it, and he's just having fun. But he's got Racer Brown chasing him down, so he's got to be careful. He is getting close to a pit stop though, so I suppose it's not that big of a deal. He can burn through the tyre. He hasn't had to touch those tyres, has he? It has been a short stint, and he's still got 20 minutes left of the race for his second stop. Seems a bit early, doesn't it? Is he making 3 stops in this race? quick sprint races. Interesting stuff. But Liam Anfield's half a tank of fuel. He's getting through those super softs though, to say he's only just put them on. And so is the Alien chasing him down. Matt Psycho in third, fuel flashing. Racer Brown, he's heavy on fuel, but he's just got the fastest lap of the race with a 55.226. And he's ahead of Guesty by 4.5 seconds, who's just on a 55.2 also. So the Toyotas, they're in that sweet spot in the middle there with the mid to fuel on. Those Toyotas just hit their sweet moment. And the Baz, so recently he pitted on lap 8. He's having a good race. He's ahead of Skyjacker by some 7 seconds, but I'm not sure if Skyjacker's turned the fuel down now, but it's a long way to go, and he's already knocking between 1/4 and 3/4 of a tank. Psycho in. Matt Psycho's come in, fresh boots, more fuel. How is this strategy going to work for him? We'll see. Pat now is going to move up into 7th place ahead of Matt Psycho. Is he? Or is Matt Psycho going to get out? It's only splashes and dashes he's going for. But there we see Pat coming down the start straight, finish line. But no, Psycho is out. Matt Psycho hits the track before Pat reaches him. And he only lost a couple of positions, didn't he, with that pit stop? It's not too bad. 9 seconds behind Skyjacker, who he's doing 56s, but it's like about a second off of the pace that he was doing. Ooh, Homesick Alien playing dare through the chicane there, and he's pushing hard to try and catch up Liam. He's on 1/4 of a tank of fuel, as is Liam. Now we saw this on Tuesday, the fuel seemed to burn down a lot quicker than it used to. We think they fiddled. We think someone's been in and fiddled with GT Sport, even though it's not had an update for over a year. Rido saying, why the hell did I pick the McLaren? I don't know, you drove the McLaren last year and I thought you weren't that impressed with it then. So Liam Anfield then leads the way from Homesick Alien. Racer Brown is in third. He doesn't seem to be gaining on the Alien. The Alien did a 57 last time around, so Racer Brown must get it. It's just gone down into less than 2 seconds. Gaining on him now. And what will Homesick do? We are 16 minutes away from checker flag. It's not really a place for a pit stop for Homesick. He's just got to keep on cracking on. 58, his times are dropping. 56, 57, 58, whereas Racer Brown, he's staying in those 55s virtually. Liam Anfield, 57 from him as well. He must be feeling that tyre pressure. 2.4 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. So Homesick Alien racing Liam, but nothing can stop those Toyotas, can they? They're really up for it, but they still do have to make another stop, I believe, before the end of the race. Guesty in 4th, and yeah, I think Toyota is going to be the manufacturer to beat this season, just because it's got 2 very strong drivers. Nissan as well, 2 strong drivers. Well, they've all got strong drivers. What am I talking about? Ferrari and bloody Porsche. So it's hard with this field to start saying, oh, they're good and they're all right, they're mediocre, because they're all good. Ensign Ewart bringing the Honda in again, but it doesn't look like it needs tyres, and it doesn't look like it needs fuel. So this is a strange stop for Ensign Ewart. Maybe just topping it up to take it to the end. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting stuff. Now, we have seen that they can go 15 minutes on these fuel tanks and tyres. They went over that at the beginning of the race, so that could be Ensign Ewart's final stop. He's just going to stick with it until he sees cars. And Anfield pushing that Porsche with Homesick Alien is struggling. He definitely is. Them tyres, he must be getting mad understeer in the corners. Look how wide out he's gone. Don't go too wide, because when Skyjacker did that, it bit him. And Racer Brown up and through. And those Toyotas are looking very tidy indeed. The likes of Ferrari, Nissan, Porsche, they've got to get back onto the development board. Of course, they've got some work to do. Racer Brown takes the lead of the race. Guesty and Racer Brown went a lot deeper in the first part of the race, as did Skyjacker and Barry Twins. So, yeah, but they're going to have to pit before the end of the race, I'm pretty sure, as Bazza moves up into a podium finishing position. And can he keep it? Did Skyjacker go in? Skyjacker's gone in. He went late in the race. That's going to give him a short stop, so possibly tactical movement there, with Matt Psycho carrying on. He pitted the last time around, and yeah, that must be enough to get to the end, we're guessing. Liam Anfield back out. He's gone full wad of fuel. He's gone a full whack, and Homesick Alien also a full whack, so maybe that isn't enough fuel for Matt Psycho to get to the end of the race. Has Matt Psycho got to pit again? That would be crazy. So at the moment, Racer Brown is leading the way with Guesty in second. Baz is in third. None of these guys have made their second pit stop yet. Matt Psycho, he has pitted a second time, but it's possible he may have to pit a third. So we'll keep an eye on that. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far. He's sitting in fourth. Everything's working for him at the moment. But 3 pit stops, that's epic. Liam Anfield, he's had his second stop. He's just out on his outlap now, chasing down the Ferrari. He was in the lead of this race ahead of Homesick Alien, whom also pitted. And these two have filled their tanks up, which gives me the insight that they're going all the way. Pat in 7th. I think he's made 1 stop at least. He's ahead of Skyjacker, who just pitted himself, filled up, so he's going to the end on a set of super softs. Jim, he's got to make another pit stop yet. And he's 18 seconds ahead of Ensign, who we think maybe, possibly, he's put some mediums on and a full tank of fuel. And he's going to the end. Guesty's gone in, interestingly, but he was on the super soft tyres, you see. And Racer Brown stays out. He's going to squeeze every last bit of fuel out of that car as he possibly can. And Matt Psycho staying out as well, as Bazza comes in with Guesty. Liam Anfield up into third. Homesick Alien, is he going to beat the Baz? The Baz is being dropped to the ground, but he's still getting fueled. Guesty's out on the track. It's about Guesty and Homesick does get ahead of Guesty, but Guesty significantly closer to the Alien, and Homesick Alien's going to be feeling that. Ouch. Guesty probably put a little too much fuel, although no, I say he put too much fuel in, but we've seen those Toyotas, they can devour a tank of fuel a lot quicker than the other cars out there. Racer Brown, meanwhile, a quarter of a tank of fuel, 11 minutes to go in this first round at Lago Maggiore GP for the GTMC, and the sprint race was absolutely blinding, and the feature race has been intriguing and fun and blinding. But Racer Brown at the moment leads. He's got a pit. Matt Psycho in second, who also, I believe, will pit before the end, and it looks like Liam Anfield will be there to pick up the spoils. Porsche. I did say after a tragic sprint race that Liam Anfield had, it's the second race, it's the Group 3 Porsche. We've got to keep an eye out, because I think the Porsche Carrera boxed up thing, whatever it is, isn't that hot of a car. So he'll be looking for a bulk of his points from the feature races this season. Racer Brown, the leader of the pack, comes in, and Matt Psycho still just under a quarter of a tank of fuel. Tyres still looking fresh, bruv. So I imagine he'll stay out for a little bit longer, as the clock just drops underneath 10 minutes to go in this race, as Matt Psycho takes the lead in the yellow Ferrari. The boys from Essex doing super. Where is Jim? He had issues at the beginning of the race. He had a long pit stop as well, remember. He's just had his second pit stop, and he's only 7 seconds behind Ensign, but we think Ensign's going to the end. And then Pat now is bringing it in for his final stop. Skyjacker is only 1.6 seconds behind the Baz, who's made his final stop of the day. Guesty and Homesick duking it out there for fourth, and it looks like Guesty's got the run on the Alien, and the Toyota looks to be going ahead of the Nissan. No, not quite, but Homesick Alien, he's having to go the long way around to get it done, and no, Guesty is up. And now Racer Brown got in the pits and out ahead of him. That is some doing. That is brilliant stuff for a Racer Brown. But Homesick Alien stands his ground against this Toyota. He may have been beaten by the other Toyota, but he's not having it from Guesty, and Guesty stays behind the Nissan. But you know those Toyotas are absolutely swift, and Guesty, I reckon, if we see some absolutely stunning braking manoeuvres. Oh, and Homesick Alien trying to close the door, but Guesty was already had his foot in the door, and but Homesick Alien's got the inside line coming up the hill, and this is an absolute tough battle here between Guesty and Homesick. And Homesick's got ahead somehow. I thought Guesty had the advantage there with the inside, but Homesick goes ahead. And this is great for Racer Brown. Whilst they're battling it out, he doesn't have to get concerned with people chasing him down. Liam Anfield Matt Psycho's had to come in for that final stop. The fuel just wouldn't make it. 8 minutes just under on the clock, and Liam Anfield is leading from Racer Brown. Racer Brown's got to find 4 seconds in that Toyota to catch up the Porsche. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien and Guesty going neck and neck around the track here at Lago Maggiore. Nothing in it between the two of them. The reigning champion absolutely duking it out with Guesty. Car 85 and 77 putting on a show. Barry Twins only a second ahead of Skyjacker, so more Nissan and Porsche action down the field, with Matt Psycho in 7th after his pit stop, but he's on fresher tyres. I imagine he's planning that that's going to help him propel himself by the other guys. Pat in 8th, Ensign you at 9th, Jim in 10th. We'll go back to the battle with Homesick Alien and Guesty. That's the closest thing we've got on track, and Homesick Alien putting his Nissan exactly where it needs to be to keep Guesty frustrated. And really, that's not Homesick Alien's job, that's Guesty's wife. But Homesick Alien doing a super job in the Nissan, the reigning champion. This is why he's the reigning champion. He's probably getting that Nissan in places where it really shouldn't be. And he's doing a super job, and Guesty just total frustration every run. Guesty tries to go, there's a Nissan wall in his way. He'll try and go to the left, suddenly Nissan wall. Goes to the right, Nissan wall. On board with Guesty in 4th place. Matt Psycho in 7th, he's just recently pitted, put new tyres on. He's chasing down Skyjacker and Barry Twins for position. Liam Anfield leads from Racer Brown. They were 4 seconds apart the last I saw. We'll have a look. It does look like Racer Brown is starting to catch up Liam Anfield. But we had an absolutely stonking battle here between Homesick Alien and Guesty. Homesick Alien somehow, some way, keeping that Nissan ahead of this rather swift Toyota. And leaving Guesty scratching his head on what he has to do to get by. We've seen him in the sprint race do an absolute bonsai move on the brakes in the first corner. So maybe, oh, I thought he'd lost it then. He was doing the ring of death around the outside of the corner. The car got a wobble on, and I was just about to berate. But it seems that Toyota's just a little frisky, isn't it? Seems like she's a little bit all over the place as he chases down the Alien. He will be losing some downforce sitting behind the Alien, and that probably will not help. Again, he's having another look. Liam Anfield, oh my God, Racer Brown, a 54.7. The man's taking the mick, and Liam Anfield agrees. 56 as Liam's doing. And this is going to be a tough 4.5 minutes for Liam Anfield. Can he keep the Brown behind him? Who knows? But the Porsche, it's looked good so far. Just not as good as that Toyota. Homesick Alien in 3rd with Guesty in 4th. The Baz in 5th. And Skyjacker, not as big a threat to the Barry as we first assumed. And Barry's doing well to hold ground. Now this is the man who's gaining ground on the 2 ahead of him on the fresher tyres. and he will be driving like the wind. Liam Anfield still leads this race, but Racer Brown a 10th behind him. And can Liam Anfield soak up this pressure? Well, we've seen Homesick Alien manage to do it with Guesty. So Liam Anfield, he's just got to make that Porsche as wide as he possibly can. Tyre wear is against him as well, with Racer Brown on the newer tyres. And Guesty's through. Guesty is up and ahead of Homesick Alien. And with the fresher tyres, it was only ever a matter of time. And Homesick Alien, a gallant effort to try and keep Guesty behind, but with those fresher tyres, too much of an advantage in the corners, I would say. And the Toyota is through. Pat goes in for a pit stop with the Baz 1.2 seconds ahead of her Skyjacker, who did a 57 last time around. Skyjacker did a 57.3, and Matt Psycho did a 54.9, and he is closing in on the Nissan and the Porsche. Pat is a god. Pat comes out of the pits, stays ahead of Jim, but only by 3.5 seconds. Jim will be pushing hard now to try and gain ground on the Mercedes of Pat. Pat did a 240. Oh no, it was his pit stop, that's why. And Ensign Newer is in 10th, getting to know his Nissan. And oh, did I miss it? Racer Brown's ahead. Was that something that hadn't happened yet? No, I apologise, guys. But it was only a matter of time, I imagine, before the Toyota got by Liam. Liam having to settle for seconds. He's got 8 seconds on Guesty, who's still being pursued by Homesick Alien. But with those tyres, I don't think there's much Homesick Alien can do, and just be happy to be a top manufacturer. I think that's, I don't know how they score the manufacturer. I think it is just the top car scores for the manufacturer. So Racer Brown leads this race with Liam Anfield in second for Porsche. Bit of a better race for Liam Anfield, this feature one. Guesty in third. Great race from Guesty, going up against the Alien, coming out on top. Homesick Alien in fourth in the Nissan. He'll be looking after his tyres now with 1.5 minutes on the clock. And he won't want to be doing anything too foolish as the Baz. Oh, Matt Psycho has done away with Skyjacker. Skyjacker's tyres looking a struggle for him out there. He did a 59 last time around. And yes, the massive target on the Baz's back as Matt Psycho brings the noise. There's only a minute left on the counter. As the leaders, oh no, they haven't crossed. Someone's just crossed the line. It wasn't the leaders. I think it was Pat. It was Jim. So Jim, 3 seconds from Pat. Pat's got to get a shift on. Of course, Jim, he could gain a position here for the Ferrari boys. There's Racer Brown then. 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to get across the line to get another lap in, I believe. Liam Anfield in pursuit, but 2.7 seconds down the road. 20 seconds. Yeah, they're definitely, it might be just those two though, Liam and Racer Brown. I'm not sure Guesty will make it. As Racer Brown crosses the line to start his final lap. 5 seconds showing. Liam Anfield just about crossing the line to start his final lap, and Guesty will be the first of the finishers. Take a boo, my son. Guesty, third spot. Great stuff. Great work. Homesick Alien comes home in fourth. Matt Psycho got Bazza. So Matt Psycho, that 3-stop strategy worked for him in the end. 5th place. Great stuff. Bazza in 6th. Ahead of Skyjacker. Barry Twins will be well pleased about that. And Skyjacker home in 7th as Pat. Jim's only 1.3 seconds. Pat could be in trouble here, but Jim's got less fuel on than Pat, so they might both be short shifting and just trying to get it home. But Pat looking good for an 8th spot. Ahead at the end of round 1. The Mercedes showing some class there. Comes around ahead of Jim. Jim though, wow, down to less than a second, and Pat Crosses the line for 8th. Jim in 9th. Ensign Ewer, he's some way away from them too. Who's further up? Oh, they're catching him up. So, but they're nowhere near each other, are they? It's 4 seconds between them. Then, oh, Ensign Ewert's chucked it off as the leader comes around past him. And so we'll pick up a Racer Brown on his way to the checkered flag. Liam not quite past Ensign. That's going to make life difficult crossing the line. So Racer Brown. Oh, he's let him through. Racer Brown then comes on home through the final corner to take the win. Is that 2 wins? It is, isn't it? Double win for Racer Brown. Great stuff. Great drive for the Toyota driver. Liam Anfield bringing it home in 2nd place. Great stuff for Liam Anfield. And Ensign Ewer, he's got to have a word with Honda. It's an F2 engine. So Racer Brown takes the win with Liam Anfield in 2nd, and Guesty rounds out your podium. And there he is for the 2nd time today. You got the fastest lap. No trophy, and you think it's because you have to get all 3. I'll take you to the race results, and I'll have a quick look at the chat list. So here we are, your official results for race 2, round 1 of the GTMC6. And in the chat then, Matt Psycho saying, why did I pick Ferrari? Because of Rido saying, why the hell did I pick McLaren? Skyjack saying, that was a shocker and a half. It didn't want too bad. Pat saying, if I hadn't pitted at the end, I wouldn't have finished. Miscalculated on the fuel, underfueled by a lap. Oh, gutted, Pat. And it's because you didn't have your teammate there, was it? And Matt saying, oh, well done, Racer Brown. Ensign Ewer saying, scary car, that NSX. Good fun. Well, at least you're enjoying it, man. It looked like it was a scary car. So Racer Brown took the win ahead of Liam Anfield, and Guesty coming in 3rd. And yes, the Toyota, it looks like it's the car to beat this season. Homesick Alien, the reigning champion, come home in 4th in his Nissan, with Matt Psycho in 5th. Not bad. 3 stopping with the Ferrari. And he managed to get a good 5th place out of that. Good points. The Baz in 6th in the Porsche, with Skyjacker 7th for Nissan. Pat in 8th for Mercedes. Jim 9th for the 2nd Ferrari. Ensign Ewer bringing the Honda home in 10th. And Rido, well, it's classified him as 11th. He did DNF, but that says 11th. So Racer Brown got the fastest lap with a 54.761. That was the round 1 of the GTMC, and didn't we just have a glorious time? We enjoyed that. That was brilliant. So what have I got to say? I think there is some racing tomorrow. It's GT7, and the problem is GT7's just had an update, so there's a good chance that race won't go forward because they'll spend half the night fanny-arsing around with the lobby trying to get it running. But you never know. We might have a race on GT7 tomorrow night. Where's my sheet with my names on it? Sorry, I'm just flicking through the iPad to find some information. So yeah, Friday. Then next week on Tuesday. It's a very old-fashioned iPad. Tuesday. Bloody hell! It's right at the bottom of the pile. I had a tidy up. I take the blame for that. And I've just found Circuit de Spa map. I drew one of them at the weekend. Wow, that was pointless. I couldn't find that. Here we go. Right, I found what I'm looking for. Like Bono. Well, no, unlike Bono, because Bono still haven't found what he's looking for, whereas I found what I was looking for. So, there. Read then. Did I do a rundown? I think I did. Have I done the chat? I'm not sure. Let's get on with the chat. The stream chat then, we've got Bandit saying, great driving, everybody. Going to be an exciting series. It definitely is. Liam saying, well done, RB. Homesick Alien saying, well done, everyone, great racing. Mama Homesick saying, well done all, great racing. Thanks for more great comms thingy. That's my pleasure. And Liam saying, so unlucky in the first race. You was, man. Did you follow Pat off in sympathy? Did you think, Pat's going for an interesting line there, I'll follow him? I feel bad. I blamed Pat for it at first until I looked at the replay, and then I was like, oh no, that wasn't Pat's fault. I'll watch you tomorrow, mate. No, yeah, well, like I said, it was fun. Yeah, so Tuesday next. No, Friday we might have a GT7 race, like I said, but it's been an update today, so it's usually after an update means that we don't get to use the game for a couple of days until they fix the update. So nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, nothing Monday. Tuesday we've got the GT3 Wes, and then I'm away for a few days, so everything else will be random after that on a replay. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Ray Swills. Thank you for joining us here at the VRC. Stay pretty, guys. In the chat, Liam saying, I think I'd have held it, but it's one of those. Yeah, he did bounce out onto you, but Pat saying, I really should know by now not to use such experimental lines, especially on that one. And Liam saying, it was Jim that killed me. Oh, right then. Dun, 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 dun. I think I'm done. I think there's only... I have got a very important question to ask you, but let me just say, peace and love. Peace and love. Would you like some toast?